Hi, it's Mitch from Pickdawgz.com here with the free pick in the Cowboys versus Packers NFL matchup on Sunday, January 14th, 2024. If you like all the free picks we give out at Pick Dawgz every day, you'll love our premium picks, our best bets. Use the discount code PICK for 15% off. We also have the Dime Club and Sharp Trading Plays. These are meant for people who make big bets. If that's you, go ahead and text the number you see on the screen. They're not available on the website. You gotta text that number. But let's get to this one. We've got the Cowboys taking on the Packers, and this is an interesting battle here because these teams played in one of the most controversial playoff games in recent years. That game was in Green Bay, and while a lot of those players that were in that game have long since retired, I'll tell you what, a lot of Cowboys fans have not forgotten. And this game being in Dallas, you could expect it's going to be a rough crowd. And of course, it's a playoff home game, so it's going to be a rough crowd anyway. But I think it's going to be extra rough because of the Green Bay Packers. And of course, I'm talking about the Dez Bryant catch, which was ruled no catch. And then anytime you have a play in a game where they change the rules, that means it was a bad call to begin with, and I think the Cowboys fans know that. I think the Packers fans know that, and I think everybody else knows that as well. But at the same time, here it is, many years later, and the Cowboys have chance for payback. They come into this one 12-5, doing what they needed to do. The Cowboys trailed the Eagles in the NFC East all season long, but never gave up. They just kept grinding. They lost Diggs early in the season, but that didn't matter. They kept coming, and instead of having Diggs as the lockdown corner, what they did is they really applied pressure to the quarterback, Micah Parsons, having another monster year. And the thing is, teams having to stop Parsons, when they put 2 and 3 guys to block him, it leaves other guys to simply get pressure on the quarterback. We've seen Jordan Love step it up for the Packers. When the season started, I thought he was going to be a bust all the way, and I kind of looked back to that draft pick when he was taken, in the first round, when the Packers really didn't even need a quarterback. But, as the season's gone on, we kind of could see that this guy does have a lot of the tools. And when you look at all the other 32 teams in the NFL, and more than half of them, I would say even more than half, have quarterbacks that are just, absolutely terrible and could be replaced tomorrow. The Packers, maybe not such a bad move after all. Speaking of quarterbacks, Dak Prescott playing with a chip on his shoulder this year, but this is his time. This is his time where he has to prove it. Dak Prescott has had big years before. He's had winning seasons before. He has not won a Super Bowl. This is the Cowboys' best chance to win a Super Bowl in forever, since those Emmitt Smith and Troy Aikman teams. This is their best chance, and while they don't have those big names like Emmitt Smith and Michael Irvin and Troy Aikman, what they do have is a very solid defense, a good offensive line, and a team where you have receivers like CeeDee Lamb who can make those big catches in the big-time moments. And that's what it all comes down to, and that is why they are America's team, and why, how you go out and prove it. The big-time players make the big-time plays in the big-time games. And I got to tell you, when we've seen the Cowboys get out in front this season, it has been a steamroller. They have absolutely crushed teams. While the Packers are a playoff team, they're nowhere near on the level of this Dallas Cowboys team. They're going to get crushed. I'm taking the Cowboys big, and that's going to be my free pick. Of course, while you're doing your picks, putting your bets in, use our free betting tools at sportschatplace.com. They're 100% free, and they'll help put you on the most favorable bets on the board today.